Hanamizuki. Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki from production Kawaii's Hanamizuki. Good evening. Hi everybody. How are you doing? How was your weekend? I saw members on Saturday, but I didn't see you guys on Sunday, so hope I didn't miss anything crazy from your respective Sundays. I know in terms of kawaii stuff, the relay happened. I lurked for some of it, not all of it. I ended up really busy, so it was kind of a good call that I chose not to stream that day. I was super busy, but I did catch some of them. All is chilling? Well, that's better than chaos. How are you doing? Well, I guess, I can talk about this a little bit. I don't really mind being more candid about it, I suppose. I keep the finer details for member streams, but, for you guys, I'll try to keep it a little bit short and sweet. But, so, I think I mentioned it before, but Onimama ended up in the hospital on Thursday. So things got a little bit hectic over here. And then at the same time, we had to schedule the maintenance for the box because there were some issues with our sink. But that's not related to what I'm about to talk about. But basically, on Sunday, so yesterday, I was informed that they wanted to send Onimama home, but she did not feel ready to come home because the issue that she went in for is still bothering her. So I had to pack up a bag for her because they are going to be transferring her to a semi-long-term facility. I don't know how else to word this. Like, it's technically meant to be a temporary stay, but usually when she ends up at these places, she could be there for a couple of months at a time. So that's kind of what I was dealing with yesterday. I got the call, like, in the late afternoon-ish, and then I had to kind of scramble around and get to the hospital so I could get her stuff, and yeah. So, at least that's the plan. She hasn't been transferred yet because they're trying to find a place that will take her for the duration of her recovery. Because if she comes back here, like back to the box, then she's not gonna be able to really like move around very much, if at all. She's basically bedridden with the amount of pain that she's in right now. Like, she can't freely move. So, she's gonna lose a lot of what strength she has to begin with. We're having a hard time finding a place that will take her. Because she requires a certain treatment that not a lot of these places give, like, in-house. It's difficult for her to transport because she can't sit upright very long because of the issues that she's having. It's a bit rough. But that's what I'm dealing with. That was my Sunday. Very fun. Very cool. But yeah, so that's why I was not around. It ended up being good that I didn't stream yesterday, because I probably would have had to cancel. Already starting the month scary. Okay, but this isn't the kind of scary that I want. I want, like, the fun spooky. The cute spooky. I don't want the actual scary spooky. I don't want the health scare spooky. That's not fun. But it is what it is. We'll get through it, like we always have. Onimama has had... Well, I mean, admittedly, this is a newer type of situation. But, like, she goes to the hospital and ends up in facilities like this at least, like, once a season, to be honest. So, she was kind of due, I guess, not to sound morbid. But, like, I guess this is to say I'm kind of used to this, even if it ends up coming on me, like, suddenly. I get kind of used to having to deal with and, like, prepare for these kinds of things, so it's fine. We'll get through it. One day at a time. But we'll see what happens. She was supposed to give me an update today. I talked to her, earlier at, like, 12 or 1. And I haven't got an update from her since then, so that's a little bit worrying. But I assume, since I haven't gotten a call from her saying that they're sending her home, that she's probably staying at the hospital another night. Maybe they'll figure things out by tomorrow. No idea. No idea. Playing it all by ear. But anyways, I'm gonna put that to the side now that I like talked about it. You know, like I got it out. I feel better that I've shared it, that I've lifted it. By all accounts, this means that I can technically stream a little bit more freely this week. Like if I wanted to guerrilla like in the morning or during the daytime, I technically could, instead of having to limit it to the evenings. But I already set up my schedule and I basically stuck with the evening time. But depending on what happens here with the transport, my schedule might change around and become a little bit more free-spirited. Who knows? Currently, I don't. Such is life. We play by ear. Anyway, we are about to enter not just fall, now that the other girls in production kawaii have closed out summer, we're about to enter autumn, for those of you who prefer me saying autumn and not fall. We are about to enter autumn, and with autumn comes the spookiest season of all, October. And October, of course, has lots of events for production kawaii as well, including things like birthdays. Nene Senpai's recently announced solo live, which is very exciting. We also have Charlotte's birthday at the end of the month, and we have the Hanamizuki anniversary in the middle. So it's gonna be a pretty busy time. We're busy in the beginning, we're busy in the middle, we're busy at the end. Lots of things going on. But that's like all in the realm of production kawaii stuff. October itself is already going to be pretty busy because it is the overall spookiest month of the year. This is when all of the ghosts and ghouls and goblins and all the little creatures come out of hiding and they're like, hey, what's up? It's time to frickin' party. So, do you guys have any particular like Halloween traditions or things that you guys like to get into for Halloween? How big are you on Halloween, actually? And before somebody is like, this is a holiday for the devil, I do not partake. And I'm just like, okay, whoa. First of all, you're on a literal demon's channel. Slaying vampires? Honestly, fair. Are you, sharpening your, crosses? What do you stab vampires with? Stakes? Stakes. I'm stupid. Stakes. So true. Head empty. I remember that they were cross-shaped anyway. Nice work too, that's true. Knives do work, let's go. Used to hand out candy, but no more kids in the area. I feel you. I feel like families nowadays only target, like, the major streets where they know, like, the bigger pieces of candy are, and they've just kind of stopped going around randomly. They don't really walk around, like, core neighborhoods anymore, do they? As in, like, their neighborhood. Like, they don't usually walk around their own neighborhood, because they're just like, why do we walk around here when we could go to the rich people district? At least that's what I have observed, because, like, there's, like, I know there are kids in our neighborhood in Onigashima, little Oni children wandering around, but they tend to not really go for trick-or-treat here. They tend to just kind of go somewhere else. We are a cozy Halloween type. We watch Charlie Brown every Halloween, eat some homemade treats, just kind of chill. Ooh, that's so fun. I've said this before, but Onimama used to, like, be super into Halloween. Ever since she got sick, it's been a bit harder for her to get as into it, but she used to be super into it. She would decorate the whole house in, like, black and orange and purple. She had a bunch of different, like, pumpkin decorations. She had a... There was this, like, screechy... There was this, like, ghost toy type thing that she could hang up that, like, lit up, and and every time you, like, shook it, the ghost would kind of start, like, vibrating and make, like, ooh, ooh, and, like, that's all it does. It was very, very funny. I remember I loved that thing, and then she eventually even got annoyed with it at one point because of how often I was triggering it and making it do the noise. What does she dress as? Onimama actually can do a really good witch laugh. Do you know the Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz? She could mimic that laugh really, really, really well. Which I always found very silly. So she would usually dress up as a witch. She would do like the classic like black robes, black witch hat kind of deal. And her favorite thing to do was to mimic the Wicked Witch. She would like do the like screechy voice, and she would do the laugh. And she would always like reach out and tickle instead of like scaring a kid, but she'd like reach out and start like tickling like a kid's stomach. She would do that to my little cousins all the time. She'd get really into it. She also loved when school would do like Halloween parties because it would give her an excuse to make like Halloween themed food and like little treats and stuff. It was her favorite thing in the whole world. I'll get you my Damas and your little Buno too. Hey, hold the fuck up. Why am I Toto? Should I not be Dorothy? What the hell? Why am I Toto? Pause. What? That's so messed up. Why am I the dog? That's crazy. Thanks though. But yeah, that's similar kind of vibe. Can I pet that dog? If the answer is me, no, you can't pet me. Not when you call me a dog. Literally insane. Ain't no way you fit the ruby slippers, what the fuck? What do you mean? I am a dainty little Oni. Have you seen my feet? My feet are small and quite dainty. How dare you? Size appropriate. You're size appropriate. I'm going to stick you into the Tupperware container. Oh no! Casually becoming the Twister. That's crazy. Stay away from me. Hi, welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tupperware is going bankrupt. Wait, real shit? Really? Hold on, I have to Google this. I need to make sure you're not lying. Tupperware. Going out of business? Whoa. That literally is the second result. What? Tupperware filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on September 18th, 2024 after years of financial struggles. Holy moly. Whoa. That's crazy. Product too good, no one buys a second batch? What? Whoa. That's actually wild. Oh, yeah. So there's an article from April 2024 of them saying, like warning that they could end up going out of business, and then they literally had to file for bankruptcy in September. Damn. This happens when you don't have planned obsolescence. Yeah, that's true. That is indeed something we learned about businesses and brands in a class that I took in school. Suffering from success. Quick, make a bad product. Isn't it sad that they went under literally because their products are too good? Isn't that what you want your product to be? Yeah, but I guess they needed to make it so that you could get, like, more replacements and stuff. My parents have Tupperware from their wedding shower, which was in 1984. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess that's as good a sign as any that it's literally, like, too good. Sorry, I got so distracted. That's just so crazy to think about. Chapter 11 bankruptcy allows companies to solve their financial problems by restructuring. This process is meant to provide us with essential flexibility as we pursue strategic alternatives to support our transformation into a digital-first, technology-led company. Digital-first? What do you mean? You make Tupperware. Huh? The party is over for Tupperware. There is still a chance a buyer for the business can be found, but with plastic seen as far from fantastic among eco-aware consumers, revitalizing the brand will be an uphill struggle. Okay, so the goal with this particular type is to restructure. So they want to try and change their overall branding to, like, make it better, but I don't understand why they want to make it digital first. They gotta make Tupperware to hold digital data, start making USB sticks. Honestly, if they could figure out how to, like, make certain aspects of
an offering. Thank you so much.
Like, if they could figure out how to make, like, different kinds of tech into things that could last as long as Tupperware does, that would be kind of sick. Tupperware VTuber debut, I'm auditioning. And I go, I will become long-lasting. I'm literally an immortal Oni. I am perfect for Tupperware. Digital only equals no store shelves, just direct to consumer, I guess. Oh, so like an online shop. Interesting. Phone cases by Tupperware. I'd buy it. Do you understand? That would really protect your phone. Also, Pira, thank you for the $30. I want the spooky Yuno in the spooky month. We will have yandere. We will. It is a demand. The people are firmly demanding it. Thank you. I mean, you are really close. You just gotta get it in a couple more streams and you could do it. Get the Tupperware brand deal, become the Tupperware ambassador. Alright, well, Damadaji, you're gonna have to understand that you are going to have to go into the Tupperware in order for me to sell this. This is a really great product. I shake the Tupperware and you guys are like... Tupperware spaceships? Interesting. Tupperware is entering the space race. Finally, good home made of solid material. Into the Tupperware you go. Wow, that's crazy. Kawaii X Tupperware collab. That would be crazy. I guess so. I mean, what would that even look like?
That's more than I anticipated. Thank you.
Daniel Smith, thank you for the 69.69. Goal! Wait, overturned by video replay. Thank you for the 69.69. I believe that means we are at 96.69. Yeah. Incredible amount. Thank you. Nice. Did you get your Halloween costume? I have not picked out a Halloween costume. I'm not usually... I guess besides when I was a kid, I haven't ever really dressed up for Halloween much. I think the last time I actively dressed up was when I was first getting into anime, and I was in my, like, really bad, like, cringe cosplay era. And by cosplay, I mean I was barely cosplaying, and I was literally just, like, kind of doing whatever. There was one year that I got, like, a blue, like, barely even ninja-themed, supposedly ninja-themed costume that was, like, it had, like, a yukata, and then, like, thigh highs, I think? And it really didn't have much else. It came with, like, a wig that was also really, really bad, and it was supposed to be, like, a ninja type. And then literally all I did was buy, like, Naruto toys, because back then they had, like, rubber shuriken and rubber kunai and, like, a fake belt. So I put that on my thigh. And then I had, I think I was from the Sand Village. I had a Sand Village headband that I wore.
An offering.
It was in a non-traditional spot. I don't remember where. But it wasn't my forehead. Surprisingly. It should have been my forehead. There's plenty of free real estate up there. But I think I put it around my neck, maybe? It was either my neck or, like, my arm. It was one of those. But, it was definitely, like, very bad kunoichi costume. And then I was just like, I'm from the Sand Village. Woohoo, yippee! And that's what I did. One year. And then the other year, for those of you saying I tried to be a Tales character, I did try to cosplay a character that my favorite, Tales of the Abyss character wore. I tried to cosplay one of his alternate outfits, but the problem is I didn't have a wig. So literally nobody knew who I was. I just looked like I was a girl in a suit. That was the cosplay. Girl in a suit that I tried to say was, a Tales character, but it clearly wasn't because I wasn't wearing a blonde wig. And then I think the last one I ever did, I cosplayed as the Wonder Baker. Not the Wonder Chef, the Wonder Baker from Tales of Legendia. That one I put a little bit more effort into. It was like a cute little chef's costume. I had my hair in the right style, but again, it wasn't the right color because I didn't have a wig. And then I had like a little basket of like fake bread that I carried around. So that ended up being a bit closer. It was still not fully accurate because it wasn't the right outfit. It was just like a generic chef outfit that I pretended was the Wonder Baker, but I did my best. So those were like the last costumes I did as like a teenager, I guess, and then I stopped. I kind of gave up after a while. I didn't have a wig. The character was wearing a wig. Honestly, that should have been my pitch, but it wasn't. Also, since I was in the middle of talking, I didn't acknowledge it right away, but I will acknowledge it now. Shinshiriki, thank you for the $4. One step closer to the goal. We sure are. With that, we are officially at 4 streams. If you guys can do this tomorrow, then you will get your Yandere roleplay, next week, I guess. I can replace one of the streams next week with Yandere. You just gotta be able to do this tomorrow, too. Math's still off by $3? Really? Did I mess it up? Okay. I'll add another 3. That's fine. Whatever. Girl math is not girl mathing tonight, it seems. Bonus challenge. Make it have a 69 somewhere in there tomorrow. We could. That would be very silly, but we could. Well, yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, those are the last times I ever really dressed up for Halloween. After that, I just kind of didn't dress up. I didn't really go, like, trick-or-treating or anything after that either. Just kind of hung out at home. I also was not really... You guys know this. I was a bit of a nerd on top of being a weeb. I didn't really get invited to Halloween parties that often. Unless my friends, like, in my actual friend group decided to get together to do, like, a little Halloween thing. Usually didn't even really celebrate with a Halloween party. All these, like, teen movies and stuff always talked about how there were, like, big Halloween parties where everybody would be in, like, sexy costumes and everybody would be, like, flirting and all that stuff. And I would literally just be like, I don't know about that. The most my friends would ever do is get a big thing of candy that we would split between us and then we would, like, play video games, which is no different from any other hangout, I guess. Just with more candy. I never believed in parties. True. Parties, myth. Don't believe in them. Definitely fake. Do people even celebrate Halloween anymore? Good question, honestly. I was talking before about how my neighborhood in Onigashima has become kind of like a dead zone for trick-or-treaters, even though we have lots of kids in the neighborhood. So, I do wonder if there are people who, like, actively celebrate it and, like, have big, like, get-togethers or whatever. I feel like that has kind of given up. See, Shiicho. Okay, but Shiicho celebrates by herself. We're talking about, like, people who have, like, big parties or who, like, go out to celebrate Halloween. Whether it be for, like, trick-or-treating or, like, that kind of thing. We're talking about those celebrations. Not, like, an individual person decorating their house and, like, doing Halloween-y things alone. Which I do think is not necessarily an invalid form of celebration. It's just not the one we're talking about right now. Just find a Spirit Halloween store in your area. True. Any abandoned mall can and will become a Spirit Halloween. It is merely an inevitability. So true. But yeah, honestly, I don't really see a lot of people actively, like, celebrating it or having parties or anything anymore. Which is not bad, I guess, but it's interesting because it used to be such a big part of, like, the Halloween culture, I guess? You know, didn't get invites to the Sacred Ragers. Nah, they don't exist. There's not even non-secret Ragers. Parties aren't real. They're a myth. I'm sorry to tell you this. Any party that you went to was a lie. The real strat is wait after Halloween and get the discount candy off the shelves. Okay, but, like, everybody does that now. Everybody does that now, is the problem. Do you give candy, and if so, what do you give? I don't give candy anymore. When we used to, we just had, like, a variety bowl. It was a pretty decently sized bowl. When I used to help Oni Mama, we would both have pretty big bowls. Like, she would carry the orange one and I'd have the purple one. And it was just like a variety pack. We would just get like giant bags of variety pack candy. It wasn't like the big sizes, which might be why kids kind of stopped coming by our place. Because it wasn't big anymore. But, it was just like variety chocolate for the most part. When I was a kid, one of the other kids in the neighborhood used to throw huge Halloween parties like you'd see in the movies with decorations, bobbing for apples, costume contests, etc. It was cool. I hate to tell you this, but your neighbors were an illusion. They only existed around Halloween to make you think that parties existed. It's a myth, actually. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. That does sound really fun, though. We used to do stuff like that for, like, Halloween parties in school, but I never went to somebody's house for that. I never went to, like, a house party. Oh, shoot, might be. I love how effortlessly you go along with it. I remember seeing someone give out dried seaweed packs as treats. Everyone probably hated that house. Everyone probably saw that house and was just like, oh, don't go there. They hand out the dried seaweed packs. I think I've told this story before about my trick-or-treating adventures, but I, as a child, mind you, as a child, I didn't really start liking candy until I was much older, but as a child, hated candy, actually. But I liked the idea of going on trick-or-treat because it meant that people would compliment my costume. I liked getting compliments. Even back then, my favorite love language was words of affirmation. So, still wanted to dress up and go trick-or-treating, but I didn't eat any candy. So, specifically, my neighborhood had a special batch of candy that was specifically candy, quote-unquote. They had a special batch of treats that were specifically the Yuno pile. And, instead of candy, whenever I walked up to the door, they'd be like, oh, it's Yuno, your costume's so cute, here's your little treat. And they would give me bags of pretzels, bags of goldfish crackers, or cheddar peanut butter crackers. You know those, like, sandwich crackers that were, like, the cheddar crackers with peanut butter in the center? I'd get those a lot. Because they had, like, pumpkin printing on them. So I was getting lots of, like, savory snacks and things that I personally really, really liked. And that was great for me. However, Oni Mama hated this. Because when I was smaller and she would take me trick-or-treating, since I didn't like candy, I would have this whole bag of candy that I would just give her at the end of the night and be like, here you go, Oni Mama. And then I'd go back to my room and read a book or something. And she'd be like, yes, candy for me. So then when I got older and was expressing my dislike for candy, and all of these neighbors were like, oh, okay, we'll just get you, like, crackers or, like, pretzels. I'd come home with a bag full of crackers and, like, pretzels. And Oni Mama would be like, this sucks. Literally, where's the candy? She got so mad at me. Literally to the most angry. Your mom knew the actual real strats. She really did. She was like, I have to take advantage of this system while I've got it. Oni Mama's language of affection is candy receiving. Yeah, I mean, that would be called gift giving if we wanted to give it a proper term. But when I started trick-or-treating again as I got older, like as like a preteen into like my early teens, I started getting, I started to like chocolate. So I would occasionally take chocolate candy. But I was still the person who would trade all of my candy out for the pretzels or the crackers if my friends got them. Whenever we would have our candy trades at the end of the night, everybody would just be handing me all of their crackers and pretzels, and I'd be trading out whatever candy I didn't like. So I'd be coming home with, like, my usual stuff, and then maybe some chocolate. And then some of the chocolate I would give to Oni Mama, because I didn't eat all the chocolate. I was spoiled back then, so I only liked, like, 1 or 2 kinds of chocolate, which I think was specifically, like, Hershey's and Kit Kats, but people didn't usually hand out Hershey's, so I got Kit Kats. So I would keep the Kit Kats, and I would give every other chocolate to Oni Mama. And that was how Halloween was until I stopped trick-or-treating. I'll trade you my Hershey bars for some Laffy Taffy. Oh yeah, sure. Sure. Easy. I hate Laffy Taffy. Anything that's like fruity or sour or like a lollipop or like any of that stuff, hate it. You can literally take any of that stuff from me and I will not bat an eye. You want to take the gummies? Sure. You want to take the M&Ms? Sure, by all means. Although you'll have to fight Onimama for those because Onimama loves M&Ms. Bars or kisses? I prefer the little mini bars, not like the big ones. I just like the little mini ones. But a kiss is good. Hershey Kisses I tend to prefer around Christmas, though. Those became my, like, Christmas chocolate. Do not slander Banana Laffy Taffy's name like that. I'll slander it all I damn want. Banana Laffy Taffy can go into the trash. Disgusting! Fruit candy, yucky! It's literally just like chewy silly putty that smells like fruit. Nasty. I don't like it. No thank you. Which means more for you if you want it. You can take it from me. I don't care. I will not argue. I'll just be like, oh no, my Laffy Taffy. Anyway, pretzels please. Holding out my hand. Oh no. People are taking my candy and replacing it with pretzels and crackers. Whatever will I do? Now you ain't getting the pretzels? What the fuck? I literally just said that you can take it! It's just the exchange for the pretzel! Rigged. Messed up. What are you gonna do with Banana Laffy Taffy and pretzels? Those clearly don't go together. I would get mad as a kid if people handed out licorice. Honestly, fair. I don't think I minded red licorice. Well, okay, that was when I got older, though. I remember when I was younger, I hated it. Especially the smell. Ugh. But if they handed out black licorice, it was definitely just a death sentence. It was like, oh, so you want me to die. So you just want me to literally explode. That's what you were asking for. That's so crazy. Equivalent exchange? What about that is equivalent, huh? Nothing about that is equivalent. Messed up, if you ask me. You know, it disintegrates, literally. You know what was the worst thing? The people who forced health snacks. Someone gave me those apple slice packages one time. Oh god, not the apple slices. At least hand them out with, like, a little thing of caramel. So you can simulate the, like, caramel apple vibe. Because caramel apples is one of my favorite things about, like, autumn. I love caramel apples. Those are actually really, really yummy. Something I only got into once I started liking more candy besides chocolate. But caramel apples, yum. Especially, like, gooey caramel on top of an apple slice. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Never tried it? What? What do you mean you never tried it? That's crazy. You need to go get a caramel apple this autumn, and you need to give me your thoughts. That is my homework assignment to you. You must try a caramel apple. They're so yummy! Be careful if you get the ones that are on a stick, though. They get kind of messy. I even got 3 Musketeers bars for the little ones, something to choke on. Had one come to the house. Good thing I don't mind those as an after-dinner chocolate. Mmm! 3 Musketeers is pretty okay. Just put caramel on almost anything and I'll eat it. That's honestly fair. I've gotten that way with caramel too. It's yummy. That reminds me, the Pokemon card packs are a thing to give out for trick-or-treat, specifically designed for Halloween. What? Really? Is that starting to become a thing? If only that was a thing when I was a kid. I probably would have gone trick-or-treating all the dang time. Back in, like, the huge Pokemon craze, I would have been like, Pokemon cards, please? Pretty please? And then Onimama probably would have hated me even more, because not only was I not coming home with any sort of snack, I was coming home with pieces of cardboard. She'd be like, why? And I'd be like, there's Pokemon on it. Therefore it's good. Are caramel coconuts a thing there? If there are, I wouldn't know about them because I don't usually go for coconut candy. I'm not sure. Let me look it up. Caramel coconut candy? I mean, like, I see some, but I don't really know if they are, like, handed out during Halloween. They do seem to exist, though. I can't eat this, sweetie. Are you kidding? I wouldn't even hand her the cards. I'd just be like, this bag's all mine now. When I was still trick-or-treating, one house gave out Yu-Gi-Oh! Packs one time and I literally lost my mind. That is literally the best house. Imagining Onimama stealing the cards out of spite. That'd be crazy. Just desperate to think that they are edible. Local woman eats entire Pokemon card series screaming chocolate! We're at 11. No. Honestly, Onimama still barely knows what Pokemon is. Even though it was something I was into for most of my life, she recognizes Pikachu. She knows who Pikachu is. But she doesn't really know much else about Pokemon. I think she watched me play Let's Go Pikachu at one point. Like, she watched me play play against one of the gyms because I was playing it on the TV, and she, like, came to watch it. But, she doesn't really know that much about Pokemon. But at least she knows who Pikachu is, and she pronounces Pikachu correctly. So I love that for her. I still can't get her to pronounce Pokemon right. She just calls it, she's one of those people that calls it Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemans. Does she not recognize her daughter, Ogrepon? She's never seen Ogrepon. Although, honestly, I don't remember if I've actually shown her, my model. I might have. But she can't see very well, so I don't know if she even remembers. Or if she, like, saw it very clearly. My mother calls everything that isn't Snorlax a Charmander or a Bulbasaur. I love that. I love it. I do think Snorlax might be one of the easiest ones to recognize if you happen to know who Snorlax is. But honestly, I don't think Onimama would even recognize Snorlax. She'd be like, "What is this big Pikachu?" And I'd be like, "No, this is big Pikachu." And then I'd show her Gigantamax Pikachu. But anyway. Mine goes blue Pikachu, green Pikachu. My favorite meme ever. Why does he have to say it like that when he's big? He's silly. Fat Pikachu is peak Pikachu. You're correct about this. You could say it's peak Pikachu. My body the one I don't to sleep. Yeah, no, you're correct. I love that meme for that reason. My birthday is coming up. Oh, happy early birthday to you. Hope you have a good one. I don't know if I will be streaming on the day that is your actual birthday. So if I don't see you then, that is my early birthday wish to you specifically. Happy Onimon? Indeed. Onimon is not particularly a holiday, but thank you for wishing me a happy one regardless. I'm getting the tomatoes. No, please. No, please. Do not reach into the cupboard and pull out the tomatoes. Let go my ego. Thank you for the blue super chat. Thank you. It's a holiday to us. No, a holiday to you is Oni-san. A holiday to you guys is Oni-san. Onimon's become obsolete. The thing you get the most crunk for is Oni-san. You don't have to lie to me. Maybe Snorlax sounds like an anti-snoring medicine. I mean, it's called Snorlax because it's a combination of snore and relax, right? That would be my assumption. My brother took his Snorlax on a Transocean flight. He got like 9 hours uninterrupted sleep in an economy plane seat. That pillow is blessed. Honestly, that does sound pretty blessed. I want a Snorlax pillow. What the frick? What do you mean I didn't go to work because it's a holiday? I love that. Oh, when you saw it mentioned. My birthday is also in October the 22nd. Okay, okay. I will try to keep that in mind. If the 22nd rolls around and I happen to see you, I will wish you a happy birthday. Maybe. Or you can remind me on the day and I will wish you a happy birthday. The only holiday I like are the ones where I can be in my bed all day. Isn't that, like, almost every holiday? I guess besides the ones that are considered, non-work holidays. OniMon is like having geometry homework for a whole 4 weeks in a row. What? Rigged. Not geometry homework. I just looked it up. What is this? Is this guy secretly strong? Snorlax can be pretty strong. This is true. I don't know if he's like super meta or anything, but Snorlax can be a pretty strong guy. He's big and he sleeps a lot and he has really high defense stats and HP because he's a big guy. So he's like a wall. In the game, he's literally like a hazard that you encounter on the streets because he's like blocking a path. Because he's so big and he's eeping. And you can't move him when he's asleep. He's like a boulder. So you have to get a special item called the Poke Flute to wake him up. Because you go doot 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 doot, and that wakes him up like it's an alarm clock. Big HP and special defense. Curse Snorlax was a menace in Gen 2. I mean, try not to talk too much about meta, because the person who is asking is somebody who does not play Pokemon. But, just like generally, based on overall vibes, yes, he can be pretty strong. Maybe not meta, but pretty strong. Not like Chansey. I mean, I think Blissey is worse. I love Blissey, though. She is my cute wall. We have Snorlax, who's like a pretty decent wall, but then we have Blissey, who is like adorable, but also the craziest wall on the planet. All those times in Diamond and Pearl where you'd have to try and get the HP down and the bar would go down in painfully slow increments. My level of knowledge rivals Onimama's. Honestly, I love that for you. The HP bar is still dropping to this day. Honestly, yeah. I bet you if I ever found my old copy of Pearl, if I were to put it in, I'd load in my save, and instead of loading in like outside of a battle like you usually do, I would somehow load into a battle, and the HP bar would still be dropping. I can tell you that. This much for certain. Snorlax is more a tank than a wall. That's fair. Understandable. Soft-boiled. Try again. No, not the soft-boiled. I hated Chansey more for being impossible to catch than the HP thing. 1% chance and one small patch of grass on one route. Yeah, they made Chansey very difficult to get. They showed the HP of a Dynamax Blissey and hit it with a fighting move instead of mashing it in Diamond Pearl. No! That'd be crazy! Dynamax Blissey is scarier. But anyways. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with that pun. But apparently, whenever I read other people's puns out loud, I get the tomatoes. So I'm not reading it out loud this time. You can get the tomatoes. Just want to say hi. I'm about to get ready to go to work. Good luck at work. Thank you for stopping in to say hello. You thought about the pun? What the fuck? Why can't I win? Damn it. This is so messed up. It's called solidarity. No! You want a tomato? No! I don't! I said I don't want tomatoes thrown at me. What the frick? I think that when we get Yandere, you know we should get the knife-wielding Damadachi. You mean as like an emote? Like just for that stream? I mean, we could. I'd have to replace one of the existing ones, though. I don't know what emote you guys would not use during that stream. I'd have to figure out something to replace. If swapping out emotes quickly is something YouTube lets you do, then that would be a good idea for a one-off. I would say that it does. Because that's how I was able to replace the emotes when we had them win. I was able to just replace them on the spot. The hard thing is if I were to accidentally delete one without replacing it. If that was a slot that I would have to re-earn, I wouldn't be able to get that slot back. I have since learned my lesson regarding that. So, it's easier to replace than it is to delete and then try to re-add. Maybe pensive? True. I could get rid of pensive. That would be okay. We don't use pensive very much. Even though you guys wanted it to stay. You wanted pensive to stay so badly. But if you're saying that you can have pensive go for that stream, you will have one stream without her. How many more for a new slot? Honestly, it's so hard to count. It's so hard to count it, because, like, the gifteds kind of mess everything up.
An offering. Thank you so much.
Alex Jacobo, thank you for the $2. Since you don't want tomatoes, have some beans instead. I don't want that either. One would argue, actually, that I find that worse. Thank you for the $2. One would argue I want that least. Worst. Not at all bad. OniMath wasn't mathing today anyway. They bully me. They bully me all the time. Where... I guess it'd be in perks, right? Yeah. 19 more members? According to YouTube, but this count is kind of unreliable. I don't know which slot this is unlocking. It doesn't tell me. Wait, okay, 14 emoji. So do we have 13 right now? Hold on, I have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so we have 20. Apparently, the next slot that would unlock would be for 14. So... you understand my pain. This does not count them very well. I can't count very easily for how much we would need in order to get the next slot. It would take a very long time and a lot of members. But it's okay. Thank you for checking. YouTube is girl mathing hard. We are back indeed. We are back. So technically we do have 20 emotes because pretty much as soon as we would unlock them, I would put a placeholder just to have the slot. But as memberships, like, expire, like as gifted memberships expire or as people actively cancel. I don't lose the slot because I already have an emote in there, but YouTube still counts it as me losing the slot, technically. So I can't, like, get gifteds that would, like, continue where I'm already at. It would go back and recount it as if it was a new milestone. So it's like, oh, wow, now you can have 14 emotes. And you're just like, but I already have 20. And YouTube's like, now you have 14. Isn't that great? So unfortunately, I can't use this to count very well because of how far back it tends to get set as people let their gifts expire or as people cancel. That's okay. Think of how many emotes you'll have when you surpass Iron Mouse as the most popular female streamer. Me? That's not gonna happen with me. Thank you for thinking that it's possible. That's not gonna happen with me. If I remember correctly, it tends to be every 50 members for new emotes. Yes, but like I said, it thinks that I am going to be unlocking a 14th slot. So we would have to meet whatever the sub requirement is, like, a bunch of times just to get to where we currently are with our 20 slots, and then we would have to get another 50 to get to the new slot. So that's already a lot of subs. Or, sorry, that's a lot of memberships. You have a chance since he doesn't stream on YouTube? I suppose so. Just saying, invest in OniCoin while you can. You really think OniCoin's gonna be on the rise? I don't know. That's like 300 members. Whoa. Yeah, that'd be crazy. I don't want to reveal anything about my current numbers, but we're definitely not close to that. 319 just to get where we already are. Give or take, yes. Yeah, and I don't want to make you guys do that. That would be so obnoxious. No, no, no. OniCoin to Kaya's roof. Specifically Kaya's roof. I assume that's because you mean the moon, but that's very funny all the same. Pensive moment. So true. Very pensive. But it's okay.
May the Oni lights guide you back to me.
Gary, thank you for gifting 1 membership. Welcome to the Oni lights. 1 down. 318 to go, allegedly. Nah, 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 nah. At that point, I'd rather just give you the money and then swap around emotes. True. Honestly, I feel like YouTube memberships are kind of wasted. I don't know. I understand why they added memberships because they needed something to compete with Twitch's subs, but like, I'm not really sure they implemented the idea correctly. I feel like they could have done better. Hacking into Swiss banks, it's for a cause, I swear. No, no, no. Don't hack the banks. It's not worth it. Not for an anime girl on the internet. Time to fill Kaya's home with OniCoins before she's back. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time. She comes back tomorrow. I don't think we can fill the place with the OniCoin by then. Even if we could, she'd be like, what the hell? Set gifted memberships to reoccur automatically. No, that'd be so bad. No, that's not what I said. Please, don't misconstrue. That's not what I said. Yada. But no, if it set them to automatically recur, that would be bad, I think. That would be an even worse implementation, probably. I don't know how I would fix it, though. I honestly don't really remember how Twitches work. I used to know, but I don't really remember. I'm pretty sure, though, that, like, based on gifted Twitch subscribers, you never lose the slot once you unlock it, which, honestly, I think that would probably be the better move for YouTube. I don't even think you had to add a placeholder in order to keep it on Twitch, if I remember correctly. I feel like... Maybe if you could just always keep your slots, that would be really good. And then... Although I guess I am already keeping my slots, huh? Because I already have my 20. But... I guess more like if I remove it, I don't want to have to give up the slot, basically. I'd like gifted memberships more if I didn't have a pre-Google buyout account and gifts actually worked on me. Yeah. No, I understand. So many accounts, like, can't get gifts that it's, like, kind of silly. Although something I have always said is that, like, I feel like you should be able to choose which tier you gift. I understand why it's only for a specific amount. Gary, thank you for gifting another membership. I feel like you should be able to choose, what level membership you gift. Because that is something that Twitch allows that I think might be possibly more productive. Because, like, for example, some people could choose to gift a tier 2 so that they could see the members-only streams. At least for channels like mine that have them separate. But I don't know, that's just me. I am unfortunately not an executive at YouTube, so I do not have power. That is just a thought that I have had. But no, I do think that it's very silly that they made a lot of those, like, older legacy accounts unable to get gifted. You'd have to literally remake a channel, but people lose, like, so much stuff doing it that way. They lose all their subscriptions, they lose their subscribers, any videos they made. It's such a pain. Didn't even realize membership streams can be separated by tiers. Yes. At least in terms of kawaii, a lot of the senpai don't have theirs separated, but Hanamizuki and Ephemera, we were asked to experiment with the tiers. So we have like an emote-only tier, and then tiers 2 and 3 have access to the members-only streams. Tier 1 members really only get emotes. That's all they get. Tier 2 and up get the streams. But yeah, you can choose different perks to go to different memberships. I assume that that is something that they maybe took from Patreon, because Patreon does something similar with, like, gating certain content to certain tiers and such. Can we trust Yuno with that power? Would it be worse than current leadership? Get the bolt cutters in a nameplate. If only. I'll become the VTuber representative for YouTube. Everything that I propose will only be good for VTubers and nobody else. Which is what we deserve, honestly. There are so many times where rules will target specifically VTubers that, like, we deserve to have some rules that do the reverse. Target everybody that's not a VTuber. I don't know what it would be in that case, but I'd figure it out. I'd look at the current policies and be like, how can I make this friendly to VTubers exclusively? Ban the flashbacks? No. I couldn't like ban people. I watch a lot of IRL content creators personally. YouTube is pretty anti-anime with some of their newer rules. Oh no, absolutely. It's happening with Twitch too. I feel like a lot of places have gotten, like, they're specifically cracking down on things that VTubers are known for, or they've been implementing rules that target VTubers a bit more harshly than some other types of creators. I do feel like IRL creators tend to get a little bit more leeway, I guess, versus with VTubers, they're pretty strict with, like, smacking us with the hammer. For whatever reason. Someone point me towards the person in charge of UI at YouTube. I just want to talk to them. What about the UI upsets you? Because I have my gripes as well, but, like, I'm curious what other people think about it. What are the thoughts that the people have? Good thing Yuno is very modest looking from the waist up. Modest looking! Rude. I think this is okay to say, maybe, but, my shirt did used to be cut lower. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of that. Hold on, I think I have the chibi that has the evidence. I might have talked about this on a member stream. I don't remember, I forgot. Modest from the neck up, you mean? But I have proof. Members knew about that? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was pretty sure I talked about it with members, but I can't remember. I couldn't remember offhand. I think I still have the proof, though. 1 second. Yes, this creature. Stop eye zooming. So, the official chibi. You notice anything different from the original design? Or, well, from the design that I publicly have? I'll put these side by side so you can pay more attention. You notice anything? Yeah. You were green? Yeah, I'm not green anymore. I'm yeller now. Doesn't have the cursed green eyes. She only has 4 fingers! Thighs somehow thicker. I feel like you guys are missing the wrong thing. Magnify? Are you asking to magnify me or the chibi? Yes? Alright, fine. I'll magnify me. Hold on. I'll magnify me first, and then we'll get to the chibi. Okay, so do you notice anything? This is stupid. Let me fix this. Whoop. You notice anything? You notice? Nerf the horns? Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. Your hair's green. That's true, it is green, but, I mean, it stayed green. It never changed. I do have a nose! God, that's the worst joke. I think this is the more accurate version for you. See, this one is much short. Banned. Deleted. Bonked. Crushed. Don't have any pupils. Yeah, okay. You guys are so funny, so silly. Ha 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 ha. Let me get back to slightly normal size. But yeah, no, it's the cleavage. So, and I saw this in my initial key visual too, but also the skirt's shorter. I have to change my position for you to see that, but the skirt is also shorter. See, they added this like lower part to like cover more, but the skirt was shorter. Yeah, brief wife cameo. Hi. But they elongated the skirt slightly, so it's like a little bit less bare leg. Still pretty short though, all things considered. Men see this and will say wife. But yeah, I guess they didn't send the updated reference when they were getting these official chibis for us. But this is the official chibi that was used on all of the, like, social media. And it was also used on our schedules until they switched it so that everybody had emotes instead. But, like, she was like, cropped so you couldn't really see. But yeah. They raised the height of my kimono to cover more of the chest area. I do not know why this happened. I was not informed about it. I think I told the story before, but I got like my key visual and like some other aspects for me like before I formally joined the Slack. And then when I did join the Slack, they were like, by the way, updated key visual and stuff. And then the updated key visual had the collar hiked up. So Probably to stop YouTube from going nuts. So even with just this, though, I feel like some of the other girls have much more noticeable cleavage. And I know there are other VTubers that definitely have more noticeable cleavage. I don't know. Anyway, I am also quite bummed that it was raised. I didn't complain about it because I figured that maybe that was intentional, but I don't know. I guess maybe because the line is there, they were like, oh god, booby. Just draw yourself one? No. Like, the point of the collar is that it covers up the line. Like, I can't... It would have to be much lower. Get the Sharpie. Stop. Stop it. Yamero. Remove the green part. Draw a line. It's a tattoo. Whatever. But yeah, that's what could have been. They didn't update that. On the chibi, the line goes all the way up to your choker. That seems outrageous. Well, you also have to understand that on the chibi, I have, like, no neck. The collar, like, takes up the entirety of my neck, whereas, in the actual model, it's much smaller. Also, yes, on the collar, it is an upside-down butterfly. There's actually a lot of... Oh my god, I minimized OBS. That was not what I wanted to minimize. There's actually a lot of butterfly motifs, because if you will notice, I guess we're doing another model showcase, in case you guys forgot all of my details. There is a butterfly in my hair clip. It is made out of flowers, but it is butterfly-shaped. So we do have butterfly theming there. And then we have the upside-down butterfly on the collar. Hello. And then we have two butterflies down here on the OB. They are purple. The top one, that's the more like maroon color. That's the same color as my eyes. I told you guys about how my eyes are originally green. I asked them to choose a purple that was the same as the butterflies in the OB. So they chose to focus on the top one that had the like warmer, like more pinkish purple, I guess, for my eyes. So yeah. So that's that there. I think that's it in terms of butterfly motif, but like, I've had a lot of butterfly. It was a way that I matched with Ranchan. Yes. Wise choice, too much green otherwise. Yeah, the green eyes really made my face look like... I never knew how to explain it, but it looked like my face was kind of blending in with everything else, and I felt like I was too samey. So I do think that asking for the change to be purple was very smart for me. And then your eyes all matched. The funny thing is I had seen what the models looked like when I auditioned, but I forgot what the other two's eye colors were. I was just like, oops, I forgot. But I asked for purple because I thought that it would just look good with the accent colors all being purple on my model. And then when I saw the other two, and I remembered that the other two's eyes were also purple, I was like, oh, my bad. Eyes are connected by fate, that's true. I would say that that's true. But like, I like that all of our eyes are different shades of purple. Because like, Kaya has more of the like pure elegant purple. And then we have, Ranchan, who also kind of had like closer to an elegant purple, but I feel like hers were a lot darker than Kaya. Kaya has like a really bright, noble purple, while I feel like Ranchan's are very dark. Like almost like a grayish purple. And then I have the like really bright, borderline pink purple. Can't believe you almost got Midori Hanaki. That would have been an interesting universe for sure. Like, it didn't even blend in with the other two. I remember thinking that when I was looking at them all lined up. I was just like, wow, I love how there's like a little bit of theming there, and then we just have this very green individual. New shamelessly stolen lore time, just swap eyes for power-ups. The green being the most green creature. I just got here. Is it fate that I think Oni are cool? I do think it's fate. Hopefully that means you think that I'm cool. That one is so green. They're the worst. Little does she know. No. I've said this before, but My top picks out of the Hanamizuki models were Ron, Yuno, and Kaya. I honestly didn't really want the Kaya model, though. No offense to Kaya. Kaya's very pretty. But, like, I didn't think I could pull off the Kaya model. I looked at that and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if that's me. But I really didn't want her. I was like, I don't think I could do that. But I really wanted the Ron model because when I was looking at the Tachie, like the standing pose, they had like a very neutral expression on the Ron model, and I was like, is she meant to be kudere? Because you guys know I'm obsessed with kudere. Kudere are twirls my hair. You know, I probably would have exploded. To be fair, Kaya did take your model for a stream. She's taken it for multiple streams, honestly. And I do have hers. I literally could do the exact same thing. But I just don't think I could pull off Kaya. Kudere are kuendere. This is true. You know, with the Shinshan laugh. You should do it? Okay. 100% try it for a stream. I still have to get her permission, but maybe. But yeah, I really wanted the Ron model because I thought, well, as you guys know, I really like the color pink, so I was drawn to her initially just because she's pink. But when I saw that her expression was very kudere, I was just like, I really wanted to be the kudere. I wanted to be the kudere character so bad. But then they gave me this one, which I think does ultimately suit me quite a bit. In the end, I remember during the audition when I noted my preferences, the person who was interviewing me, who I will not reveal, was like, oh, you would definitely suit the Oni. And I was like, oh, okay. That was during the, like, interview process. I didn't know who I was going to be given at the time. But I really wanted the Ron model. It was only at the second meeting where they revealed which one I got, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm happy with that. For those of you that are wondering what I was first drawn to when I looked at the Yuno Hanaki model, I feel like the answer is obvious. I feel like the answer is obvious. What else would I be drawn to? Yes, I was drawn to wife. I vividly remember the first thing that happened when I saw the models is I looked right there. And I was just like, ugh, tattoo. I was enchanted by this. I was like, I think I literally said, I really like the samurai model because she's pink. And I like how she looks kind of kudere. But if I had to choose the other preference I have, it would be the green one. Because I really like her thigh tattoo. Like, I literally said that in my interview. So maybe that's why I got assigned her. Because I was clearly looking at her very beautiful thighs. Anyway, despite me being very thirsty for this model, somehow they still let me in. I like the tattoo. Does the thigh tattoo have any meaning for you as a person? Well, so I was given this tattoo and that is what made me a half Oni. It is basically where all of my magic is channeled. I was made into a half Oni as part of a ceremony, within the Bellflower Field on Onigashima. So the flowers kind of represent, like, both where I was and are also kind of just a representation of me. It's also why my eyes are purple. Compared to Kaya, your thirst is nothing. Well, see, the thing about Kaya is that she just, like, is willing to say the, like, looter words. I think I definitely have the looter thoughts. I just don't voice them. I think that I know more, and that I feel stronger, maybe, in certain ways. I just don't voice any of it. Because I'm chilling. I mean, Kaya is definitely very thirsty. That much I won't deny, but, like, I don't know. I think I have a different power level. Kaya is more unhinged. Yeah, I think her whole thing is that she likes to portray the unhingedness, like, openly. Wild, you were saying that you could outthirst Kaya? I think it's possible. I'm just saying. But, you know, there's just certain boundaries that I choose not to cross currently. And so, maybe that's why Kaya seems like she is more outwardly intense, I suppose. She's also not afraid to get drunk. Kaya? I mean, yeah, but that's because Kaya, like, really just loves drinking a lot of beer. I am much more slow with consuming of drinks, but that's because I'm also slow with eating food. I'm just a very slow consumer of sustenance. Unless it's water. Because I had water at the start of stream and it's already empty. I go crazy for water. But when it comes to, like, alcoholic beverages, I'm very slow. I can't believe it until I see you thirsting after an actual beverage. Maybe someday. Maybe someday you will see it, but probably not now. We have consumed bevs on stream, not to the point of getting cross-eyed, but we have consumed. This is true. I've probably gotten tipsier on stream than I've ever gotten tipsy in my life. When you play Vesperia, for sure. That would be for boys, though. Does no one remember Buddy Credit? I was about to say. Although I guess, I feel like Kaya was probably outwardly thirstier because she would say things like, wow, her tits, or wow, her ass. But just because I don't say it out loud when I see the things doesn't mean I'm not also appreciating them at perhaps a more intense quality. Just because you don't say the words out loud doesn't mean you're not thinking it, you know? That's the thing you guys have to remember. Sometimes it's in the other expressions. Excuse you, we were super respectful during Bunny Garden. Yeah, sure, very respectful. Respectfully. Respectfully. Sometimes less is more. You get it. You get me. You get me. I swear I almost saw your eyes pop out and I was through the model. Yeah, there were a lot of moments where I had very, like, wide eyes. I will acknowledge that. But yes, we drink respect juice. And we had to for the lady that we were pursuing. I remember the let's go for the ending. See? Less is more. The intensity was still there without me having to express that it was for the boobs. Or for the ass. You know? Not to say that I could never say those things. I do clearly, like, low-key think about it. But I feel like there is more value in, you know, holding certain things back. It's about the slow bird? We'll call it that. We'll call it that. Character development will eventually take its course. Who knows? Maybe there will be a time where, I'm able to express more of it on a stream. But for now, at least, not really. Low-key getting stretched to laughing in that sentence. You are a literature consumer, you hold many thoughts. This is true. My brain has so many things going on inside of it. So many words. Not enough ability to voice them out loud. Yuno is a roaring furnace, but it's heavily insulated for everyone's safety. And some of them aren't pure. Yuno, I'm respectfully looking at this woman's bunny suit. Every frame, every pixel, every centimeter of that female body. If I ever call it the female body, feel free to bonk me into oblivion. Female body. That just feels inaccurate to how I talk. You had it up until female body. The bangs being held up holds back her brain power. So you're saying that if I had my bangs down, I would be more unhinged? I guess that's true. If I was in my, stinky, pajama chibi model, maybe I would be more unhinged. Maybe. I do not prefer that other term, no. Funny enough, don't prefer that either. Crazy. You do tend to be a bit more unhinged when in that one. Okay, just because I did the fanfic tier list using the chibi, it's suddenly all over. Yuno just knows how to run the control rods. Runaway reactions are fun to watch, but can leave craters. Yeah. I just know how to make sure that the train stays on course. If I choose to let it deviate, then it's with purpose. You know? Anyway, enough of me ranting about my hidden power level. I don't remember what we were talking about before this, though. Anyways. Train? Train? True. From everyone you know is always in control. Facts. Facts, no printer. Just imagine having uncensored Yuno with that chibi model on a drink screen. I mean, I know this is mostly happening on Twitch, but I feel like it might happen, on YouTube as well. But apparently Twitch has started cracking down on people who do drinking streams with chibi models. Because the chibi model looks like a child. So it kind of looks like it's implying underage drinking. Fun facts. I was reading about this earlier. So, it seems that chibi models probably shouldn't be associated with alcohol, in case it is perceived by the viewers or whatever as being a child drinking alcohol. Fun facts. Are they dumb? Yes, but like, I kind of get where they're coming from, because a lot of chibis are made to look like younger and are very rarely, like, portrayed as adults. That ain't fun. Yeah. It is not a fun, is in an enjoyable fact, but it is fun as in you probably didn't know it until now. Or any remote reference to alcohol, end of living type activities, or female bodies. Yeah, it's getting rough over there. Can't look like a child, but also you can't look like an adult because that's too sexual. Yeah, no, it's rough. I feel like those rules in particular tend to target VTubers a lot. Because I feel like IRL creators tend to not get bonked as harshly. Like, they might get a suspension. While I feel like, VTubers tend to get banned for that kind of thing more often, which is a bit silly. I mean, here they are going for VTuber ASMRs. This is so true! I keep seeing other people's ASMRs getting bonked. It's crazy. In particular, VTuber models get bonked because apparently there's a massive double standard. Yeah, exactly. That's why I was reading about how it was specifically chibi models. I just thought that was such a stupid rule. But going back to me, you will probably never see me drink with the chibi model on because I don't want to run that risk. Which is very silly, but it is a rule. There's definitely problems with various YouTube things when it comes to streams and VTubers, but God, is it better than Twitch? It definitely has its perks compared to Twitch, for sure. But Twitch also does do some things, better than YouTube does. still. It's just, it's wild out there. No Puntable getting hammered. Yeah, Puntable will not get hammered. Unless we make it that she's literally getting hammered into a piece of wood. As if she is a nail. Ultimately, Twitch doesn't have actual rules or policies because they cheap out on manpower needed to enforce it. It's just things that individual mons dislike or things that get recorded enough. Yeah. That's true. They used to have that, like, community forum, whatever. I forget what it was called, but they used to have that forum where people could, like, submit things to a forum where it's like, Twitch should change their policy to so-and-so. And then people could, like, upvote it, basically, or it would be like, yes, I agree, change this. And then eventually they would listen, but I don't think they really use that anymore. Is a Puntable stream still on the table with Puntable? I mean, yeah? I guess. I'd have to think of a good thing for her to do. She is, like, particularly gremlin. I feel like the normal chibi just tends to be more unhinged because that is now associated with the fanfic tier list. But for Puntable, she's just kind of like a gremlin and also a spoiled child. So I don't know what I could do in terms of content with that. I'd have to think of something unique. But maybe. Yeah. Pay $10, get punted, instant millionaire. We take Puntable out trick-or-treating. Oh, so you want Puntable for a Halloween stream? Sure. That could be silly. Will you actually give her candy, or are you mostly going to give her tricks? That's the real problem, though. If you keep giving her tricks, she'll be very angry. Probably both. Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. No, I want to know the answer. That's why I'm asking. If she behaves, she gets candy. Parentheses, she won't behave. You guys are so mean to her. I envision this like that meme of Kirby falling down the cliff in 3D, but with Yuno. Pretzels and tricks. Seaweed it is. Not the seaweed! Being terrible to the child for no reason. Earn tricks, get Laffy Taffy and jelly beans. Blech. Put Chibi Yuno in the hot seat of Duck Tank. You can't tell us you don't want to be mean to that thing. You guys are so mean to her. She barely makes an appearance and already you guys are just like gremlin. Garbage. Put her in the trash can. Yet another creature that belongs in the Tupperware container, I guess. Who was that person who has the Tupperware from 1984? Are you gonna put her in that? That's crazy. I mean, have you seen her? Yes, I have. I've seen her multiple times. Crazy enough. That could be fun, though. Maybe we should do a stream like that. That could get very silly. I'd have to figure out how I want that to work, though. Like, what the mechanics of it would be. Put the chibi and the banana Laffy Taffy in the Tupperware to go and only one comes out. The winner's gonna be the fucking Laffy Taffy. Puntable will die. She won't be able to handle that. You can dress up as Ice Woman for Halloween. So you just want me to dye my model blue? So you can have Ice Woman? Maybe. Suddenly there's no Puntable and the Laffy Taffy doubled in size. Yeah, the rest of the stream is just me being a banana Laffy Taffy. Every 10 minutes I will add a different color and eat a pretzel, a full soft pretzel every hour. That's crazy. That's crazy. A scripted stream with you stuck in a Tupperware bowl would be a riot. I can't believe this is something you want. That's crazy. Would that be in complete silence and stillness, or would the taffy gain sapience and the ability to talk? You mean satience? Sapience. Sentience, I think, is actually what you mean. I don't know. I feel like maybe if the point is the consumption of Puntable to become Laffy Taffy, then she would probably just, you know, be in the Laffy Taffy. Maybe you could still hear her, but it would be muffled. Day 1, Puntable and Taffy getting along. Day 2, Puntable has disappeared, Taffy has doubled in size. Day 3, Tupperware has disappeared, Taffy has quadrupled in size. No, it ain't the Tupperware. The one thing that nerfs them. Quick, call Tupperware. We can get them out of bankruptcy. We just have to make sure that all the Tupperware encounters Banana Laffy Taffy. Only gets out after the Tupperware company collapses because their seal breaks. Well, they already filed for bankruptcy, so like... That's just a remake of The Blob? Yeah, it's a remake called The Taffy. It is legally distinct. It's a legally distinct remake. Chat gets 2 options. Feed her Taffy, she's sad. Feed her pretzel, she happy. A full-blown Tamagotchi simulator. Okay, but if you want it to be a Tamagotchi simulator, there would have to be other aspects, too. Like where you play games with her, where you have to clean up her messes. You take care of her long enough, she switches from Puntable to the normal chibi. And then the normal chibi needs to be fed better food. But also still needs to be cleaned up after. You take care of the normal chibi long enough and she becomes normal Yuno. This would be very silly. Yuno Gachi. That's true. This sounds like a great stream idea. I can't believe. Okay, so we have freaking take Puntable trick-or-treating, like a normal trick-or-treating stream. We have POV Puntable is in the Tupperware, and we have Yuno Gachi, which is I am a Tamagotchi, and you have to raise me from Puntable to normal Yuno. I guess is the plan. Puntable versus Laffy Taffy. We're not doing that one. That one I would not know how to execute. But I guess you could choose to put other things in the Tupperware. I could like have polls so you could vote about what you put in there, and then different things happen depending on what you choose. But I'm not doing a full stream dedicated to Puntable and the Laffy Taffy. Obviously you could vote to have the Laffy Taffy be put in there, but I will probably have to nerf the Laffy Taffy's power. Can we punt Yuno in the Yunogachi? You can punt Puntable, and you can punt the Chibi. But it is harder to punt adult Yuno, because she can fight back. It also would probably turn into a creepypasta if you tried to punt adult Yuno, because, like, I would just, like, stare at you. Like, basically you could try to punt me and I'd be like, ow! But then it would zoom in really, really close to my face like this. And then, like... Oops, wrong face. Hold on. I would look at you like this. And then you would have to regret your actions. She disliked that. Well, you know, your Tamagotchi can die, so, like, maybe if you tried to punt adult Yuno too many times, she would die early. And then I would just disappear. And I would have to have a text that just says, Yuno died. You did not save her. You did not take care of her. I feel like that would be something that you could get in any of the stages, though, in case you treated them particularly badly. Closes the game like Undertale? Yeah, exactly. I would just end the stream. You wouldn't get a raid or anything. The stream would just end. And suddenly her eyes turn hyper-realistic with realistic blood. You miss one of the puntables care events and she perishes? Yeah, exactly. On the bright side, though, instead of a Tamagotchi where they don't really voice what they need, they just beep at you incessantly, because I am capable of regular speech, I could just, like, talk and tell you what I want, and it would be your choice to either take care of me or to do something else. That'd be so funny. Honestly, very good stream idea. I like it. I'll keep that in my back pocket for sure. I'll have to figure out some of the other logistics, but it could be very fun. If you do a stream like that, you need a big buffer for the game over condition. The temptation to bully would be too strong. Yeah, of course. Don't worry, I would make sure. I can't make it that easy. I know better. You don't want to only speak in random Buno noises? I mean, I could, I guess. I don't know what that would be. I guess, like, as puntable, I would just be crying. Because that's a baby. I don't know what the noises would be for chibi or adult. She learned with how people decided for Ice Woman. Yeah, honestly, I have learned my lesson there. "20 minutes of key jangling." Well, yeah, that's the thing. If you choose play, since I wouldn't really be able to get you guys to actively play a game with her, play would probably just summon the keys, and then the keys would just jangle in front of her for a little bit, and she'd be like, "My keys!" And then play with the keys. Then there'd probably be another poll that's like, keep playing, and you either choose yes or no, and that would mean, and no would mean taking the keys away. I just had the best idea. As chat gets them more wrong, you slowly apply the fisheye filter over time. How do you play with grown-up, you know? I guess... How would you play with grown-up, you know? Give her fanfiction? Hand her Switch so that she can play Ultimate games? I don't know. I haven't thought that far. The whole stream is yes. For Obians? Well, that's the equivalent of punting. Jackbox? Also true. You let her play Nikkei? Also true. Give her a PP? Also true! Man, I want a PP. I just bring up a stock image of a PP. That's what I play with. It just slowly, like, descends down from the ceiling. And I'm just like, yeah! PP! Somehow I forgot about PP. Thanks for reminding me. I'm here to always remind you about PP. That's my favorite little guy. Non-members don't know. No, we've talked about PP in a couple public streams. Not in the full extent that members got. But we have talked about PP. And how much I want one. We've talked about that too. God, I want a PP. Speaking of Nikkei, did you see the Red Hood dress? Don't remind me. She's so pretty. Nikkei is really knocking it out of the water right now, and it's really frustrating because we're so close. We're so freaking close to the anniversary, and they're still just like, what if we give you things to tempt you? What if we just give you things to tempt you all of the time? Also, I won't lie, the design for Phantom is really, really pretty. I kind of want her to. I kind of want Phantom. I'm trying to resist, but I kind of want Phantom. Also, Quincy's skin, or well, no, it's a separate unit. But the Escape Queen Quincy. Anyways, have you seen her? Man, her tummy be tummy. That zipper is leaving nothing to the imagination, by the way. What are those sounds? I will show you her, and you'll understand why I'm making these noises. Hold on. Guy's acting like I don't know. You're gonna understand. You're gonna see. You're gonna understand. You're gonna see. You're gonna get it. You're gonna understand. I think it's this. Yeah. Anyway. She's crazy! This outfit's crazy! I'm hiding this now. I feel like I'm going to get bonked. I see, I understand, I get it. I know, right? The only thing holding those in are her arms. When he's explicit words when we got crippling Yuno noises. Do you understand now? Sometimes saying nothing is saying everything. Even if it's just incomprehensible babble. Also, you are right that her animation makes it very obvious that her back is breaking. It makes literally no sense. I don't like that aspect of it, but like looking at her pose when she's not shooting, very good pose. I do like it. Was that a new Nikkei? No, that's Quincy. That's just a new unit for Quincy. Like how some of the other girls have gotten separate units. Like Anise and Summer Anise are 2 separate units. This is just a separate Quincy. I was rolling for Quincy because I like her squad, but how are your gems? I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. Different game? No, 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 no. It's the same Quincy. It's just a new outfit. New banner, new form. Get gotcha'd. Exactly. It's like a gotcha for Quincy. But I love Phantom's design too. She's so cool. And somebody said she's a librarian, but a librarian, yeah. Librarian by day, thief by night. I love Phantom. I love her design. Phantom Thief aesthetic is honestly one of my favorites. So, I vibe with it a lot. I vibe with her a lot. I'm really excited. Miranda's outfit is also really cute. So true, but Miranda's really cute, is the thing. I wonder if she'll finally be more useful. It is Nikkei. I was confused because I've never seen Quincy. Yeah, they are part of the liberation unit. You have to, like, liberate them. Which is kind of like, I don't want to call it a post-game mode, but you have to unlock that mode, and then it takes a while to unlock them. Because you have to complete certain daily quests every single day. Favorite Nikkei squad? Favorite Nikkei squad? That's tough for me. I don't know. Yeah, I really have no idea. I don't have, like, a specific favorite squad. I don't know, I just like Nikkei. Have you played Love in Deep Space? I have not. Lots of people have recommended it to me, but, I usually don't play a lot of mobile games these days that are mobile only. I prefer to be able to play them on PC. because I don't really, my phone doesn't really work super well with, newer mobile games. Especially things like Love and Deep Space. I heard that like, makes your phone ignite into flames. And I have a pretty old phone, so I would perish.
An offering.
777 because I like numbers. That's fair. Good unit. Also, the nice ruiner. Thank you for $20 and 2 cents. I see. I understand your game. RIP to the nice. Okay, so that's 125.71. Yes. I learned how to count. I'm learning. Simple move to PC unless the game does not have a PC port. That's what I'm saying. Love and Deep Space doesn't have a PC port. You can only play it on mobile. And I guess you could technically use, like, MU later. But I don't usually condone those things. So I've never tried Love and Deep Space for that reason. But I've heard good things about it. I've heard that people really like it. Lately, I followed off from the Nikkei train. It can be hard to keep up. I get it. I understand. But no, Love and Deep Space, quite difficult to get into unless you have a proper working phone, which I do not have. I guess technically I could use my VTuber phone to play Love and Deep Space, but I've been trying to keep my VTuber phone specifically for VTubing, so probably not anytime soon. Unless I manage to get a new phone, so I can like swap things around maybe. But yeah, no. I've heard of it though. Particularly, I have heard that there are sections where certain characters can get hypnotized, and that's very... Well, I mean, like, I'm not gonna, like, you know, I can't deny my interest, but like, laser targeted to you, yeah. It's funny that you asked me because literally last night I was trying to look up the examples of hypnosis because I wanted to see if it was intriguing enough for me to be interested. But the only thing I could find was one line where a character was like, trying to hypnotize the player, but then ended up hypnotizing himself a little bit in the process. But it wasn't even like good hypnosis, it was just him getting tired, which is like, okay, fine. I guess it's meant to be endearing, but like, apparently there's enough hypnosis in the game that like makes it obvious that it's like more than just putting a character to sleep sort of deal. And that's kind of why I'm like, huh, interesting. But I don't know which character it is, so I don't know who I would have to like thirst over to get this information. I don't want to just go in blind and then have to guess which character has the hypno stuff, you know? About Sin being your wife, she is one of my wives. This is true. She is one of my wives. For reasons somewhat related. When are you gonna change your daily goal to new phone funds? Well, the goal for this is because I'm supposed to give rewards to you guys. It's less so rewards for me. Also, that would mean a lot more goal streaks if we were going to do something like that. I can imagine. Sorry guys, no model today. My phone died after I stayed up playing games all night. Don't call me out like this. But also, that would be very likely to happen if I figured out which character had that element added. I can't deny. But luckily, I am ignorant enough that I do not have to fall into the cavern of Love and Deep Space. And yes, I do know that it pushes things further than Nikkei. I've seen the trailers. I've seen the boys that everybody on Otome Twitter is, like, fawning over. I've seen the man, the myth, the legend, who I can't talk too much about because it gets into the lewd territory, but, like, I know. I'm aware. And honestly, he is pretty handsome about it, but, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm just a little Oni who doesn't have a working phone that can work with Love and Deep Space. All I can do is look from a distance. Maybe someday in a universe where I can afford a phone. But not right now. You know about the goat? How can I not? I'm on Otome Twitter. I see the people on Otome Twitter talking about Love and Deep Space on the regular. It used to be mostly Tears of Temis. And, like, they still kind of talk about Tears of Temis, but Love and Deep Space has kind of taken over the mobile Otome market because of how just intense it gets. Particularly with that new character. That wasn't one of the original characters in the Love and Deep Space lineup. He was recently added, and then he was just this down bad. And everybody was just like, wow, I'm in love with him. And they were, like, giving up on their old biases in order to go for this new boy. And I was just like, damn, he's a bias wrecker. That's crazy. That doesn't usually happen with new characters. An actual bias wrecker. What are they doing to those poor boys? Depending on the boy you're talking about, various atrocities. But I think that's the whole point of Love and Deep Space. I'm not entirely sure. I don't really see the plot, I just see the plot, you know what I mean? That is all I've ever seen. Do they put them in cages? I do think the character in question does end up in a jail cell at one point, if I remember correctly. So, I mean... jail cell, cage, you know? A lot of plot and gameplay. And honestly, we need things like that for the girlies. Honestly, the girlies need more games that cater to them with plot and gameplay. Because there's nothing wrong with us appreciating women with plot and gameplay, because that plot and that gameplay can also be really, really nice. However, I will say us girlies also need to be fed sometimes with the other kind of plot and gameplay. And I think it's good that there's a game in the market that does that. Honestly, good for them. I love that for the Love and Deep Space enjoyers. If it ever gets some kind of PC port, which I sincerely doubt it ever would, but if it ever did, I'd be all over it. But I don't know if I would play it anytime soon. Like I said, unless I manage to get a new phone. Maybe eventually. You said plot and I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what kind of plot we're talking about. We're talking about the other kind of plot. Not the plot. But also, I don't know about the actual plot of the game. I will say that, too. I don't really know, because I've only ever seen the other plot. When it comes to that game. But there's, like, so much really good fan service that I am aware of. Honestly, it does feel like a game that would be made for me, but I just can't play it yet, which is very dang. I hope I get a chance to play it at some point, though. Okay. Well, this sure was a spooky-themed Zatsu, huh? It had moments of being spooky, I will say. I will say this. A little bit spooky. Very scary. When you say plot in regards to men, what do you refer to? With women, it's usually, TNA. I mean... I think with plot for men, I do think it's also a form of T&A. Just not in the same way that it is for female fan service. It's kind of the same, but I've said this before, I think a lot of the appeal of, like, games and things that are aimed at women is more so the, like, emotional intimacy, kind of. Although I will say Love in Deep Space has a mix of emotional intimacy and also just, like, debauchery. A lot of it's, like... I'm trying to explain this in a way that makes sense. Caressing. The fan service that I'm thinking of is part of the home screen. If you tap the boy in a certain part of the body, he will do, like, intimate stuff. Not, like, nasty, okay? I do actually mean intimate. Like, there's an example of, like, you, like, reaching out to tap a guy's chest, and he will, like, grab onto your wrist, and he'll kind of, like, pull it up to his mouth and kiss, like, the vein on, like, in the center of your wrist. And he'll be like, oh, you were trying to do something you weren't supposed to, weren't you? So that kind of thing. There's also, like, you tap the, I don't know, you try to, like, boop their nose and they'll, like, kabed on you. And it'll be implied that he's, like, tilting your chin up to look at him, and, like, the camera will actually move up like you're looking up at him. So, like, that kind of stuff. Now that's fan service. Yeah. These boys get kind of aggressive, so I've heard. And from the little bits I've seen on Twitter. Don't put me in the Tupperware! What the hell? You asked! I'm just answering! It's more so in, like, the actions. Surprised this game hasn't made you break your emulation rule. It's not the same. Emulators, like... I mean, obviously I'm in a company, I'm not supposed to endorse emulators, but I'm just gonna say this. Emulators tend to lag quite a bit, and it, like, makes the quality kind of choppy and yucky and, like, booty cheek. Therefore, it's not particularly worth it. For me. I've tried them, and I feel like with games like Love in Deep Space, it just doesn't really work, personally. And I think Love in Deep Space, from what I've heard, is actually pretty strict about being played on emulators and stuff. Like, it doesn't work as well on purpose to, like, prevent people from emulating. So, it's kind of yucky. There is no official PC port for Love in Deep Space, as far as I know. Last time I checked, there wasn't. If there suddenly is one now and I just didn't know, even though I'm on Otome Twitter, I will be very mad. But I'm pretty sure there isn't. Yeah, I'm looking and I don't think there is. The only option is through the emulators. But who knows? If I manage to find out the truth of what's going on with all the hypnosis stuff in the game, maybe I will reconsider. Maybe I'll be like, perhaps it's worth it. But right now, I haven't seen enough evidence to make me particularly, like, drawn in. What I want, though, is I need to make sure that it's not the guy trying to hypnotize the player. I want to see the guy get hypnotized. And not just in that, like, cutesy, haha, oops, I ended up a little sleepy trying to hypnotize you. Gimme the real stuff. Gimme the good. More mobile games should have a PC port, you're correct. Honestly, PC ports make it so much more worthwhile for me to play, honestly. Because I'm at my PC more often than I am at my phone, to be honest. So, I'd be able to play more games if they were all on PC. I know what Pokemon Yuno will definitely have on her team. If you're about to say Hypno, that's not true. I don't actually really like Hypno. Hypno's, like, fine, I guess, but I prefer, like, other Pokemon that can use Hypnosis more so than Hypno. Now she needs to get in the plastic lid prison to protect the anime boy. I like how you guys are just like, we gotta keep our bro protected. Get in the container, you know? And I'm just like, no! Oh, don't do that to me! What about Muna? Muna's cute. I like Muna. Muna and Musharna? Those are good Pokemon. I like those. I also like the ghosts that can do hypnosis stuff, like the Gengar line. Love Gengar. Gardevoir? Love Gardevoir. Gardevoir can use hypnosis. Yeah. At least until respectfully re-enters your vocab. I mean, I need the good respectfully? Will you let me out of the Tupperware now, please? Respectfully. See, that's even worse. I just want out! Free me from my prison! Adding a second layer? No! Putting you in the freezer to chill? No! Let me out! Let me out! I don't deserve this. I literally didn't do anything wrong. You guys asked questions! I just answered honestly! That's crazy! Why am I being punished for this? That's so messed up. I can't believe. This is what I mean. You guys are like, oh wow, Kaya is like so bold and like thirsty, but the minute I start acting even just a little bit thirsty towards a guy, and I don't even say anything disrespectful about the guy's appearance, you guys are suddenly just like, oh, Yuno has to go in the Tupperware. Yuno has to go into 2 layers of Tupperware and put in the freezer, because she's just so down bad. Like, do you guys put Kaya in Tupperware? This is biased. This is biased and rigged, I think, against me specifically. You know Tupperware? Please do not ask for an emote where I am in Tupperware. You know she'll go into the mini fridge? No! I don't want to pee in the mini fridge. Kaya goes in the pickle jar. Only because it's your stream. If Kaya were streaming, probably. Man. Well, I assume probably that the Kaya stream, when she comes back, you guys are gonna start putting her in the Tupperware, probably. We need to buy the name. We are not buying the rights to Tupperware. They're not fully going out of business. They're just going into a digital-only format. We can't buy the name from them. Do I look like I got brand purchasing power? Maybe someone will put her in a glass display. In glass? Are you sure about that? Kaya gets so loud she could probably shatter glass. Anyway. I am going to go ahead and call this stream here for today. Tomorrow is Ete. We'll be doing more painting. I'm gonna try to get actual painting done and not get distracted by all of the scenery, but no promises. Literally, no promises. We'll be doing more painting, hopefully. Wednesday is Necro Barista. Thursday is Unite. Friday is Free Write Friday. I'll be doing more writing. And then Saturday, members, we are chatting. That is what the rest of the week is looking like. So, be on the lookout, as you will. And then, if you're able to keep it up, tomorrow you will be able to get your Yandere roleplay stream. Since we ended up a little bit over, actually, with today's donations, I think I will be nice, and I will allow the excess, the 2571, to be your starting point tomorrow. I'll let it be your starting point tomorrow, so you don't have to donate as much. I will be nice. I will be nice. Because there were a couple times where it dropped and I felt bad. So I'll be nice to you guys and I'll let that count. So you don't have to donate as much tomorrow to hit it. I believe in you. No pressure, obviously. But we're so close. We'll let you out then. Yippee! I am free from the container. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad to be free. I deserved it even before I was nice to you. But thanks for letting me out, I guess. I can't believe it's conditional whether or not I'm let out of this container. Gosh dang it. Anyways. Well, that's the plan for the rest of the week. I will see you guys tomorrow for Ete. Until then, thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu! Freedom is always conditional. More like freedom is always rigged!